To understand the world history properly and contemporary politics, one must understand the ideology of capitalism, socialism, and communism that has defined the modern world. Let me start with capitalism. Capitalism is an economic system in which means of production of goods and services are privately owned and operated for a profit. The means of production are the means by which commodities are produced. Everything that is sold or bought on the market is a commodity. The means of production under capitalism are factories, machines, farmland, and the resources and tools by which the commodity was produced. It has a free market system of trade. The major characteristics of capitalism is private ownership. The owner will have to pay the people, and the people will work for the money. There will be a competition. If someone's product is better, they will sell it more and they will make more profit. This will also help to improve the quality of the products. Let me talk about the origin of capitalism. In Europe, during early Middle Ages, there was a system of serfdom or feudal system. In this system, a large area is controlled by one landlord. All the people within that land will be working for him. For that, the landlord will allow them to live within that land and will provide them food to eat, but he will not give them any money or salary for their work. There was a revolution against this system, and finally there led to the development of free market and capitalism. Now, labor was paid wages. Before, the surplus of profit produced was sent to the king, but now the surplus produce can be sold into the market. Now, whoever produced better product got more money, which played a great role in innovation. Now, slowly, the world goes in an industrial revolution, which leads to the development of lots of industries and factories in 18th and 19th century in Europe. This phase is known as industrial capitalism. This completely changes the makeup of society and divided the society into two classes. One who owns the means of production, known as capitalist, and the one who works for them, known as worker. There occurs a situation that how hard the workers work, they can never own the resources and be wealthy working his entire life. These leads to the condition like income inequality, child labor, horrific condition of workers, hunger, and pollution. Lots of people came in the city for the jobs. There was a rapid urbanization. The population increases and there will be pollution. The owner was getting rich day by day and the workers were getting poor. The owner will give them a fixed salary. All the profit was all taken by the owner. Talking about the positive sides of capitalism, there was a competition. It has brought products of different countries to other different countries. We can buy anything from anywhere. USA is the best examples of capitalism. You can go to a mall and can buy anything. This has led to a high consumer-based economy. Talking about capitalism, Adam Smith is known as the father of economics, who wrote a book named The Wealth of Nations in 1776, who gave the concept of supply and demand. According to Adam Smith, supply and demand are the two invisible hands that regulates the economy. Now, let me talk about socialism. Socialism is hard to define. It has lots of different meanings. Socialism means all of us collectively owning the industries and natural resources. The means of production, such as money and other resources, are owned by the state or public and even control the means of production. The distribution is proportional. This is basically for the welfare of the people. It focused on providing same opportunities despite coming from different classes, either rich or poor. In capitalism, if you do not have money, then you cannot buy things or afford college. But in socialism, it doesn't matter how much money you have. You have the equal opportunities to get an education. The best example of this is found in Nordic countries like Sweden, Norway, Finland, Denmark, and Iceland. They follow a mixed social system as well as capitalist system. The college education is free for their citizens. They follow socialist economy here, and they have a free healthcare. If you compare that with USA, the college education is very costly. The origin of socialist ideology goes back to 19th century, when many ideological imagine a state as an ideal society or utopia. These socialist thought gave rise to a communism. Communism is a system in which the state or government plans and controls the economy in order to create a classless society. All the works, goods, and property are owned by the government and shared with the people. The characteristics of communism are all people who are able to work are assigned with jobs. The government will decide the type of schooling the people will get and even tells them where to live. It creates a classless and divisionless society. Karl Marx is known as the father of communism. I have already made a video about him. If you are interested and want to know the communist ideology in detail, you can check that video. He developed a philosophy. First of all, there will be two classes, workers or people and the owner or rich people. As rich will become more rich and poor stays poor, there will be a class conflict which will result in the revolution. He says that the society will change from capitalism to socialism and from socialism to finally communism. The idea of Karl Marx were practically implied by Lenin during the revolution in Russia and Mao Zedong during the revolution in China. They both changed the Marxist thought quite a bit. Lenin modified his Marxist thought and called it Leninism. Maoism is a variety of Marxism-Leninism that Mao Zedong developed for realizing a socialist revolution in the agriculture, pre-industrial society of Republic of China and later the People's Republic of China. Socialism suggests that contribution is made from everyone according to their ability, but they get back according to their size of their contribution. But communism suggests that everyone in the society contributes and works according to their ability and gets back according to their need. Bottom line, no country is purely capitalist, socialist, or communist. These philosophies are very idealistic. USA is the best example of capitalism. But in fact, many of the most important financial decisions made by ordinary Americans during the course of their life, such as the purchase of healthcare, social security, education, and housing, are heavily influenced by the government. The best example of socialism was USSR or Soviet Union, but they developed large number of industries that led to capitalism. China called itself a communist country, but it has a free market. Nepal also has a mixed economy. Political parties are founded on particular ideology for which they advance their activities. Ideology and values are the soul of political parties based on which they train their curate, workers, and supporters to achieve their policy goal as well as shape their lifestyle. It is the ideology and values that make a political party distinct and different from others. Originally, Nepal's political parties too were founded on certain ideological ground, and the leaders, at least in the initial days, followed these ideals and accordingly shaped their thinking and lifestyle. However, as the days and years passed, and Nepal entered into a new political phase, especially after the 1990 political change, ideals slowly started fading in the politics of Nepal. The political parties hardly practice what they preach. The Nepal Communist Party is the ruling political party in Nepal and is the largest communist party in South Asia and the third largest in Asia. It was founded on 17th May 2018 from the unification of two leftist parties, Communist Party of Nepal, based on unified Marxist-Leninist ideology, and Maoist Party, based on the ideology of Maoism. The Maoist Party also led the decade-long insurgency of People's War, in which thousands of people died, many injured and disabled. The wound of the conflict is yet to be healed. Despite being founded on Marxist, Leninist and Maoist ideology, the party has not fully adhered to this ideology. Instead, it has taken the parliamentary path, which is inimical to the communist ideology. The Nepali Congress appears to have deviated from the ideology of socialism. The ideological ground upon which the party was built is democratic socialism, which is slowly but surely losing steam in the party. The democratic socialism remains only in Nepali Congress documents, and in practical, capitalism has taken its place. The Janta Samajwadi Party is deviated from the ideology of democratic socialism. There are quite a number of parties in Nepal. They too have no firm ideological ground and consistency. Power and positions are the key goal and attraction of most of the parties. Thus, ideologies, principles, and values are fading away in the politics of Nepal, which is being replaced by opportunism, intrigues, muscles, money, and power. It is the tendency that has corrupted and degraded our political system. The political changes had just shifted the power from monarch to political parties. Thank you.